I guess we can go down the list if that's okay with you.
Yes, if you just tell me who you have there, we'll knock those out first. If
Okay,
there's any that need interpreting services, we'll need to wait on this item.
okay. We have 3 that needs interpretive services. That's good with me.
Okay.
Miss Andrea Eccles. She's on page 2. Just a second, he's on the call.
Okay, so you're just stand ready. Okay. You're on camera. You're on YouTube,
I
actually.
am sorry, how are you doing?
Good, how are you, Your Honor?
I'm fine. What is your name, young lady?
Andrea Eccles.
All right, Ms. Eccles, I am Judge Freeman, and you have been charged with failure to maintain insurance. Today is your arraignment date, which allows you to enter your initial plea. If you enter a guilty or if you're eligible for a no-law plea, that will resolve your case today. If you enter a not guilty plea, you have the election of having a trial in Forest Park or to have your case bound over to Clayton County. If you'd like to be represented by an attorney, if you meet requirements, the court will appoint you. So have you decided what plea you'd like to enter in this case today?
I plead guilty.
Let's see if you're eligible for a no-law plea, because a guilty plea to this charge will suspend your license. Do you understand that?
No.
Yes, it will suspend your license, so we don't necessarily want that. So let's see if you're eligible for a no-law plea, okay?
She is not eligible for a no-law.
When was the last time she did one?
This year,
And
and
it, was
this
it,
year,
and what was the charge?
failure to maintain insurance.
All right, so is this the second or third one within 5 years?
Looks like second.
All right, then Ms. Eccles, you can only enter a guilty plea. You understand that?
Yes.
Because this is the second offense, the fine amount is $1,195. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor, but I have insurance. I've got it the same day.
Did you have it at the time that this happened?
I got it immediately after.
Okay, but at the time of the stop, did you have it?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so that's what does that, okay?
Okay.
Do you want to go forward with the guilty plea, or do you want to change your plea to something else?
Well, I mean, I don't know what other option I really have. I mean, I don't want to get my license suspended. I have to go to work.
Well, they are going to be suspended. You can go to the Department of Driving Services to see if they are willing to grant you something, but for a second time driving with no insurance, there's going to be a suspension.
Okay.
All right, so do you want to go forward with this plea, or do you want to change your plea?
Can I change it to,
You can change your plea to not guilty. That's the only other option that you have.
and with not guilty, I'll have to go to trial and stuff?
That is correct.
Okay. Well, with the guilty fee and the of $1,000, like, do I have to pay that in one lump sum?
You will be placed on probation for 12 months, and you will have over a 10-month period to have it paid. 2 months of your probation will be mandatory.
And how long will my license be suspended for?
That will be left up to the Department of Driving Services. But let me ask you something. Why do you keep operating a vehicle with no insurance?
Because I'm a single mom. I've been having a hard time getting on my feet. I just got this job. I work directly across the street from this police station. I just got the job, so I'm trying to get on my feet.
So
But
let me just tell you something.
Yes, sir.
This charge, for instance, if you were to get a third charge, they're going to take you into custody and they're going to impound your vehicle. So while I understand that your finances may be driving this, understand they take this charge very serious, okay?
Yes.
So I need for you either not to drive, although I know people have to drive to get to work and to get around. But understand, if you are stopped again, your license will be suspended. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So your guilty plea has been accepted. You understand that by entering into the guilty plea that you're doing this without the assistance of a lawyer.
Yes, Your Honor.
You also understand that by entering into the plea that you are waiving your right to a trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you entering into the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
The court will accept your guilty plea to the charge. You will be placed on probation for 12 months. 2 months of your probation will be mandatory. I'm going to reduce this charge to expired license so it does not suspend your license. Do you understand that?
What's the difference? Can I still operate? I can't operate a vehicle either.
No, this will allow you to keep driving.
Okay,
But if there's a third charge, understand, not only will you lose your license, but you will in all likelihood serve some jail time. Do you understand?
yes, Your Honor.
All right. That will be the sentence of the court. They will provide you with a plea form. Again, your sentence will be 12 months probation, pay the sum of $1,195. The charge has been reduced to expired license. 2 months of your probation is mandatory, and every month that you're on probation, you must pay monthly supervision fee. Please make sure that you comply, because if they bring you back in front of me on a probation revocation calendar, your probation can be revoked. You understand that?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. How does the probation work? What is
You will
that?
have to report to probation once a month. You will comply with what they tell you to do. And after 2 months, if you paid this fine, you can get off of your probation.
Okay,
That's how it works, but you will have to report monthly.
okay.
All right, do you have any other questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, if you will have a seat, they will have you to sign your plea form and you can give you probation information.
Okay.
The next person, Ms. Green?
Okay. The next one is Ms. Esmeralda Gutierrez.
And it looks like we have Ms. Ida.
Señorita Gutiérrez, ¿usted necesita intérprete?
No.
She doesn't need an interpreter, Your Honor.
Okay. Señorita Gutierrez, you're charged with not having your license on your person. What is your plea to that?
Guilty.
Do you have a valid driver's license?
I do. I just, at the moment I was stopped, I didn't realize it actually had gotten displaced. I had to actually go get another one. I did have a picture of it with me, but he did not want to go ahead and take it.
But did you have a valid license at the time of the stop?
Yes, I did.
Can you please show your license to Ms. Green?
Yes.
You don't have to send it out. If you don't want to.
I just have to turn it around.
Gotcha.
Ms. Green, was her license valid on 10/6/2022?
It was actually issued that day.
Yeah, because I didn't know. It was
Yeah.
actually misplaced at the moment.
Okay. Yes, sir, Your Honor, she did have one.
All right. The court will accept your guilty plea. Do you understand that by entering into the plea that you're doing this without the assistance of a lawyer?
Yes,
Do you also understand that by entering into the plea that you're waiving your right to a trial?
yes,
Are you entering into the plea freely and voluntarily?
yes,
The court will accept the plea. The fine amount is $15. Are you able to satisfy that today?
yes,
All right. Ms. Green, she will pay the sum of $15 and that will take care of this matter, okay? You want to go to the next person?
Yes, sir. Do we have Ms. Ada in place?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm here, Miss Yolanda.
Juan Carlos Fernandez.
What page is he on? Oh, I see it.
He's on page 4 of 9.
Okay. Buenas tardes, señor Hernández.
Ask him what is his plea to the lane change charge.
¿Cómo se declara el cargo de cambiar de carril erráticamente?
Yes.
¿Cómo se declara?
No, no culpable.
Not guilty.
Okay, ask him, does he want to have a trial in Forest Park, or would he prefer to be eligible for a jury trial and his case is bound over to Clayton County?
¿Usted quiere tener un juicio con juez ahí en el tribunal de Forest Park o quiere ir a que le pasen su caso con un juicio con jurado al Tribunal Estatal de Clayton?
No.
No, no, ¿qué quiere? Tienes que escoger uno. ¿Cuál quiere? ¿Ah?
Con el juez.
¿Con el juez en Forest Park? With the judge in Forest Park.
All right, let him know that he will be given a reset court date for a trial in Forest Park. He will sign his not guilty plea form and he will be released.
Ok, ahorita le van a dar una fecha nueva para que regrese, para que venga para el juicio aquí en Forest Park, que le van a dar también el documento para que usted se declare no culpable. Y después que haga eso, se puede retirar.
Ms. Otta, the person that's with him is saying he doesn't understand guilty, not guilty, and NOLO.
Okay, Your Honor, do you want to explain that and then I'll interpret for him?
Yes, not guilty means that you are not guilty of the offense and you'd like to go to trial.
Ok, cuando se declara no culpable es que usted está diciendo que no es culpable de lo que pasó y usted quiere ir a un juicio.
No. Ajá.
¿Entendió lo que significa no culpable?
Sí.
Okay. He understood what no guilty was. You want to explain the other two?
Yeah, guilty means that I am guilty of the offense and I'm prepared to go forward with the sentencing of the court today.
Culpable quiere decir que yo digo que soy culpable de lo que pasó y que voy a proceder con lo que el juez me vaya a imponer como condena hoy aquí.
NOLO means that I'm accepting responsibility. I will accept whatever sentence the court imposes, but I'm trying to keep points from being assessed on my license if I'm eligible.
Y no lo discuto o no lo contenderé, quiere decir que yo me voy a hacer cargo responsable de lo que pasó. Y estoy tratando de evitar que me le den puntos a la licencia con esta declaración. Usted está diciendo que se hace cargo y responde a las consecuencias de sus actos y no le dan puntos a la licencia. Ese es el NOLO.
Ya, está bien.
Entonces, ¿cómo quiere declararse? ¿NOLO? Ok. I want to plead NOLO then.
Does he understand that by entering into the NOLO plea, he's doing this without the assistance of a lawyer?
Señor Hernández, ¿usted entiende que declararse aquí NOLO, usted está haciendo esto sin tener una representación legal, sin tener un abogado? ¿Entendió eso? Conteste en voz alta.
Sí.
Yes.
Does he also understand that by entering into the plea, that he's waiving his right to a trial and he will not have a trial?
Y también al declararse NOLO hoy aquí, usted está renunciando a su derecho a tener un juicio. Ya no va a haber un juicio ni con jurado ni con juez. ¿Entendió eso?
Sí.
Yes. Yes.
Is he entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
¿Se está declarando de esta manera por su propia voluntad y libremente?
Sí.
Yes.
And does he believe it is in his best interest to enter into this plea?
¿Y usted considera que declararse de esta manera es lo que más le conviene?
Sí.
Yes.
Can someone tell me if he's eligible for a NOLO plea?
He is eligible.
All right, his NOLO plea will be accepted. Let him know the fine amount is $175. Can he pay that today?
Se acepta su declaración de NOLO porque califica para esto y la multa que le impone el juez son $175. ¿Lo puede pagar hoy aquí?
No, lo pago por por la tarjeta, no, o por teléfono.
No, no, ok. May I clarify something, Your Honor?
Yes.
Ok, ¿tiene tarjeta de débito o de crédito?
Sí.
¿Sí o no?
Sí.
¿Lo puede pagar con esa tarjeta hoy?
Sí.
Cuando vaya a la taquilla puede pagarlo. Okay, I can pay with a credit card or debit card today.
Okay, they will direct him out to the window to do that.
Okay.
After he has signed the plea form.
Después que usted firme el documento de que se declara nulo, le van a mandar hoy mismo, ahorita después, a la ventanilla para que usted pague con su tarjeta de débito o de crédito. ¿Entendió?
Sí.
Okay, yes, I understood.
All right, let's go to the next person, Ms. Green.
Okay.
Ms. Jones,
Sí.
Sean Jones on page 5.
Okay,
Put his email address on.
Ms. Jones, what is your plea to the driving while license suspended, failure to maintain insurance and expired tag charge? Is it not guilty, guilty, or NOLO contendere?
Could I do NOLO?
we can see if you're eligible for a NOLO, young lady. Let me know if she's eligible for a NOLO, please. Now, because of the nature of these offenses, your fines are gonna be pretty substantial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
It looks
Let
like
me see
she,
if you're eligible for a NOLO, please, young lady, okay?
Mhm.
it looks like she played NOLO in Riverdale, last year, to failure to maintain insurance.
Okay, so you're not eligible because you can only plead it once every 5 years. So you'd have to enter a guilty or a not guilty plea. What would you like your plea to be, Ms. Jones?
Not guilty.
Okay, do you want me to keep the case here in Forest Park, or would you prefer that the case be bound over to Clayton County where you can have a jury trial?
Plain County.
All right, we're gonna bind her case over to Clayton County, have her to sign a not guilty plea form, and then we will verify her address. And the next time you receive a court notice, you will not come to Forest Park, you will go to Clayton County, where you will have a jury trial on these charges. Do you understand that?
Question.
What is your question?
Could you, so if I do plead guilty, could you tell me the fees? For,
The fine on the driving while suspended is $795. The fine for the insurance charge, because it's your second offense, is $1,195, and the tag charge is $200. So it will be a combination of all of those, which is $2,191.
and, once I pay them fees, my license won't be suspended anymore?
Your license will be suspended. You'll have to take that up with the Department of Driving Services because you're not eligible for a NOLO plea and you have 2 suspendable offenses.
Her life.
You understand that?
Yes.
So you are facing a suspension.
Okay.
All right, do you want to stick by your not guilty plea?
No, I'm just plead guilty.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Is there a mom or a dad or someone you'd like to talk to before you make this decision?
No,
Do you live with your parents?
yes,
Are they here with you today?
no,
Do they know that you received these tickets?
no,
Do they know you received the tickets in the city of Riverdale?
no.
Why do you keep driving a car that does not have insurance?
It was in my car, was in the shop. I just got it out. I renewed my insurance, but I guess I drove it before. It
And
was,
why were you driving on a suspended license? How did your license get into suspension?
failure to appear.
For not going to court when you're supposed to?
Mhm.
Do you want to talk to one of your parents before you make a decision on this today? Sometimes it's good to get advice of people a little older than you.
Okay, yes, I will.
We're gonna put you down for not guilty. Do you want me to send this case over to Clayton County, or you want me to keep it here in Forest Park?
Forest Park.
Ms. Green, give her a new court date, reset her case for Forest Park, okay?
Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah.
Hector Lopez.
Does he need interpreting services?
Yes.
Buenas tardes, señor López.
Buenas tardes.
Ok, aquí está el juez que le va a hacer unas preguntas.
He's been charged with driving without a license
Se le acusa por manejar sin licencia
and for failure to yield.
y por no ceder el paso.
What is his plea to the 2 charges?
¿Cómo se declara a los 2 cargos?
Culpable.
Guilty.
Does he understand by entering into the guilty plea that he's doing this without the assistance of a lawyer?
Usted entiende que al declararse culpable lo está haciendo sin el asesoramiento de un abogado. ¿Entendió eso? Yes.
Does he also understand by entering into the plea that he is waiving his right to a trial?
También al declararse culpable, usted renuncia a su derecho a tener un juicio. ¿Entendió eso? Ya no va a haber ningún juicio.
Sí,
Yes.
Is he entering into the plea freely and voluntarily?
¿Se está declarando de esta manera por su propia voluntad y libremente?
sí,
Yes.
And does he believe it is in his best interest to enter into the plea?
¿Y usted considera que lo que más le conviene es declararse de esta manera?
sí.
Yes.
The court will accept his guilty plea to the two charges. Can you all tell me if this is the first time he's been charged with driving without a valid license?
When we ran him, Judge Freeman, there was no driver found.
Okay, let him know, Ms. Ida, that the fine amount is $995.
Ok, usted se le acepta la declaración de culpable y la multa por los dos cargos son $995.
Ask him, is he able to satisfy that today, or does he need some time to pay it?
¿Usted puede pagar esa cantidad hoy o necesita tiempo para pagarla?
La puedo pagar hoy.
I can pay it today.
All right, he will be given his plea form, and Ms. Green will direct him to the clerk's window to satisfy the fine of $995.
Ok, le van a dar un formulario para que para que ponga cómo se declara y luego lo van a mandar para que pague $995 en la ventanilla. Ok.
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 Ms. Green, who is next?
Jose Sanchez. Leah.
Mejía, señor Mejía.
He is charged with driving without a valid license.
Señor Mejía.
He's coming. There's some question about his age, though. I'm trying to get.
Okay. Señor Mejía, ¿necesita intérprete? ¿Cuántos
He is,
años tiene?
If he was born in 2005 and this is 2022, he's 17 years, he's 16 years old.
¿Cuántos años tiene?
7,
They're saying it. I'm sorry.
¿Cuántos años tienes?
17.
He said he's 17, Your Honor.
They have him born in 2005 unless I'm doing this wrong.
Dice aquí que él nació en el 2005.
Yes, but he doesn't, his birthday is not until October 31st.
Que lo que pasa es que tu cumpleaños no es hasta el 31 de octubre. Todavía no has cumplido los 17, ¿verdad?
31 de mayo.
31 de mayo. He said it's May 31st, Your Honor.
Does he have anything that has his birthday on it? Does he have any kind of photo ID?
¿Tienes algún papel que diga dónde está donde muestra tu fecha de nacimiento? Porque aquí te tienen que tú naciste el 31 de octubre del 2005.
No, sí tengo algún papel.
¿No lo tienes o sí lo tienes? Muéstraselo por favor a la gente donde diga tu fecha de nacimiento. So what does it say? I cannot see it, Miss.
Yeah, it doesn't have his birthday. I'm just showing you the form. Maybe you're familiar with it.
I am not. Necesitamos que diga tu cumpleaños.
His birthday. Just let him have a seat. We'll have to take care of him.
Ok,
Yeah, this shows
siéntate.
he is only 16 years old, which means he would need to go to the juvenile court.
Siéntate porque muestra que tú tienes supuestamente 16 y tu fecha de nacimiento es el 31 de octubre. Entonces, por eso, si es así, tienes solamente 16 y hay que mandarte al tribunal estatal, al tribunal de menores. Ok,
Okay.
así que
Ms. Green, let's reset his case until after the 31st.
I think he has some other document there, Your Honor, but I cannot see it.
Okay.
Does it say birth certificate? Does it say fecha de nacimiento? Enséñale al señor dónde está la fecha de nacimiento para que nos las muestre, porque yo no puedo, I cannot read it. I cannot see anything.
Well, it does have 31/05/2005 on here.
Oh,
Okay, that's his birth.
3105.
He's 16
Yeah.
years old. His
Oh,
birthday
31
is coming up. We can reset it until after the 31st.
Your Honor, I think it says 3105. Is it 31 what? 31, what does it say, agent?
October 31, 2005.
Oh, okay, so it says October, okay.
This document says it's May.
That document says it's May, Your Honor, it was
Oh, that
35.
document says it's May. What is that document?
Birth certificate from Mexico.
Okay, put it right there while you talk so I can see. Estados Unidos, yes, that is a birth certificate, Your Honor, and it says, hold on, can you put it up a little bit?
I'm trying to.
I know that right there, right there. It says 31/05/2005. That's May 31st, 2005, Your Honor.
Okay, his birthday, then he is 17. Okay.
Okay, tiene
All
17.
right, ask him
entonces.
what is his plea to this charge? Is it guilty, not guilty, or no low contender? And let us make a copy of his birth certificate.
Ok, ¿cómo te declaras al cargo de manejar sin licencia, José Mejía? ¿Culpable, no culpable o nolo? ¿Cómo te declaras?
Vale.
Guilty.
Does he understand by entering into the plea, he's doing this without the assistance of a lawyer?
¿Entiendes que declararte culpable hoy aquí lo estás haciendo sin asesoramiento de un abogado? ¿Entendiste eso? ¿Sí o no? Tienes que contestar en voz alta. Yes.
Does he also understand that by entering into the plea that he's waiving his right to a trial?
También al declararte aquí culpable, tú renuncias al derecho a tener un juicio. ¿Entendiste eso?
Sí,
Yes.
Is he entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
¿Te estás declarando de esta manera por tu propia voluntad y libremente?
sí,
Yes.
And does he believe it is in his best interest to enter into the plea?
¿Y tú consideras que declararte de esta manera es lo que más te conviene ahora?
sí,
Yes.
The court will accept his plea. Let him know the fine amount is $795.
Ok, el juez
Is he
acepta tu
able to pay
declaración.
that today, or does he need some time?
El juez acepta tu declaración de culpable, la multa son 795. ¿Lo puedes pagar hoy o necesitas más tiempo para pagarlo?
no lo puedo pagar ahora.
Yes, I can pay it today.
Ms. Green, if we can make a copy of his birth certificate for our records, and he will satisfy the fine today.
Ok, entonces te van a dar para que firmes un documento que es como te declaras, luego te van a mandar a que pagues la multa en la ventanilla afuera. Y van a hacer una copia de tu certificado, de tu partida de nacimiento.
Sí, está bien.
Ok, that's fine.
Thank you. Ms. Green, who is next?
Mr.
Okay.
Frederick Ross on page 8.
Contable? Okay. Sign there, there, and email address, you have an email?
Correo electrónico.
Mr. Ross, you've been charged with a traffic control violation, sir. What is your plea? Not guilty, guilty, or no low contender?
No low.
All right, can you all tell me if Mr. Ross is eligible for a no low plea?
He is.
Mr. Ross, do you understand that by entering into the plea, sir, you're doing this without the assistance of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
And sir, do you also understand that by entering into the plea that you are waiving your right to a trial?
Yes, sir.
Sir, are you entering into the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And sir, do you believe it is in your best interest to enter into the no low plea?
Yes, sir.
Sir, the court will accept the no low plea to the traffic control device charge. The fine is $175. Are you able to satisfy that today, or do you need some time to pay it?
Pay it today.
All right, sir, you will be directed to the clerk's office after they have signed your plea form. Enter a no low plea. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. You'll just have a seat. Ms. Green will direct you accordingly.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Green, who else do we have?
James Tarver,
Mr. Tarver?
Yes, sir.
Sir, you're charged with the following too closely charged. What is your plea? Not guilty, guilty, or no low contender?
No low.
Is Mr. Tarver eligible for a no low plea?
He is.
Mr. Tarver, do you understand that by entering into the plea that you're doing this without the assistance of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
And sir, do you also understand that by entering into the plea that you're waiving your right to a trial?
Yes, sir.
Sir, are you entering into the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir. I have a question,
Or
sir.
do you believe it is in your best interest to enter into the no low plea?
Yes, sir, it is.
Sir, the fine amount is $175. Are you able to satisfy that today, or do you need some time to pay?
I could pay today, sir, but I have a question about.
What is your question?
Can I explain to you what happened? It was merging and I had pictures.
You can, but let me just say this. If you feel like you're not responsible for the charge, it's better to enter a not guilty plea. Let me get all the witnesses here and swear everyone in at one time, and then you can explain. I just don't want to get into the facts of the case because I don't have all the witnesses.
Yes, sir.
So
So,
you tell me what you'd like to do. If you'd like to change your plea to not guilty, you can.
I do,
Do you have
not
a physical
guilty,
address?
would it be a jury trial or just to keep
Yes.
them involved?
Yeah, put your
You can, if you request a jury trial, I will send the case over to Clayton County. Or you can have a bench trial here in Forest Park. It's your election, sir.
Okay. I would do not guilty, not the bench trial. Dad, you,
Okay, all right, then he is changing his plea. Mr. Tarver is changing his plea to not guilty. And you're asking to have a bench trial in Forest Park. Is that correct, sir?
yeah. Yeah,
Is that correct?
yeah, that way.
Okay, then this matter will be reset for Forest Park. You will be given your plea form, enter a not guilty plea, and we'll see you back here. Ms. Green, who is next?
We have Mr. Hampton, Renardo Hampton. And, hold on.
How you doing, Your Honor?
I am fine. How are you?
I can't complain.
I don't see Mr. Hampton on my calendar.
Do I, hold on for 1 second, Your Honor.
Can I say something about that?
Well, can we do this? Why don't you allow him to have a seat, because you need to find where he is so we can move on with the calendar.
Okay, that, he's the only one here.
That's fine. Let us go to the people that are in the queue.
Okay.
All right. Can we allow the people in the queue? As you are coming into the queue, please type your name and your email address in the chat and send it to FP. Turn your devices to mute, please.
Por favor, a medida que va entrando a la audiencia virtual, por favor ponga su cámara activada y cierre el micrófono. El micrófono tiene que estar cerrado mientras estamos en la sesión hasta que el juez diga su nombre. Cámara prendida, micrófono apagado. Gracias.
Everyone turn your devices to mute.
Todos, por favor, pongan sus aparatos en silencio, el micrófono cerrado, apagado.
Hello, can you hear me?
Everyone turn your devices to mute.
Todos, por favor, pongan sus aparatos en silencio, el micrófono cerrado.
My name is Ronald Freeman. I'm the judge here in the city of Forest Park. I want to welcome you all to the Forest Park 1 o'clock arraignment session. We are in a virtual session. Go ahead, Ms. Ida.
Buenos días, yo soy el juez Ronald Freeman, estoy aquí, es el juez titular del Tribunal Municipal de Forest Park y vamos a hacer la audiencia de ahora, es la lectura de cargos.
We are in a virtual setting.
Estamos en un ambiente virtual.
The proceeding is being recorded.
Este proceso también lo están grabando.
And live streaming.
Y está en vivo, está transmitiendo en vivo.
Make sure that you type your name and your email address in the chat and send it to FPMC.
Asegúrese de que usted coloca su nombre completo y su correo electrónico en el chat y se lo manda a FPMC.
Because this is a virtual setting, there are certain rules that you must abide by during this session.
Debido a que esta es una sesión virtual, hay ciertas reglas que usted tiene que obedecer mientras está presente y participando en esta sesión virtual.
Your device should be muted until your name is called.
Su aparato en el micrófono tiene que estar apagado hasta que digan su nombre.
Your video should be turned on at all times.
Y el video debe estar prendido en todo momento.
You should be dressed appropriately or your video session will be terminated.
Debe llevar puesto el atuendo, estar vestido debidamente o si no se le va a eliminar y se le va a sacar de la reunión.
Please understand that there can be no hats or anything on your head unless they are there for religious reasons.
Y entienda que no puede llevar puesto ningún tipo de atuendos en la cabeza o de sombreros, a menos de que sea por una cuestión religiosa.
Please make sure that you are dressed appropriately for this video session.
Asegúrese que está vestido debidamente, apropiadamente para esta sesión de video.
Ensure that there are no distractions in your background.
Asegúrese de que no hay distracciones en el trasfondo.
And please ensure that you have proper connectivity.
Y asegúrese que tiene la conexión apropiada para poder llevar a cabo esta reunión virtual.
Again, type your full name and your email address in the chat and send it to FPMC.
De nuevo, escriba su nombre completo y su correo electrónico en el chat y se lo va a mandar a FPMC.
Understand that if any rules of this court are violated, your virtual session will be terminated.
Que quede muy claro y entendido que si usted no cumple con las reglas que hemos explicado de cómo llevar a cabo un proceso virtual, se le va a terminar a usted esta audiencia virtual, se le va a sacar del grupo.
And you will be required to come to court in person.
Y se le va a exigir que va a tener que presentarse en el tribunal en persona.
We have, looks like a very small calendar. So I am going to call the calendar. And when you hear your name called, please announce your plea.
Tenemos una lista de casos bastante corta, por lo tanto voy a llamar la lista de casos. Cuando oiga su nombre, por favor, díganos cómo se va a declarar.
Your plea will be not guilty,
Su declaración puede ser no culpable,
guilty,
culpable
or nolo contendere.
o no lo disputo, no disputo los cargos.
The first is Jose Gonzalez Aguilar.
José González Aguilar, prenda su micrófono y díganos cómo se va a declarar, señor Aguilar.
I believe he's on page 3 of 9. Is that correct, Ms. Ida?
Correct, Your Honor, yes. Okay,
Ask him what is his plea to the charge.
Señor Aguilar, prenda su micrófono y díganos cómo se va a declarar. Lo puedo ver y no lo puedo escuchar. Díganos
Sí,
cómo se declara.
Eso de no disputo los cargos, ¿cómo es? Como, no sé si soy culpable o inocente, algo así.
How is that plead about nolo? Is it that I'm not guilty, I'm not innocent? How is that? I don't understand.
Tell
that.
him that he would have to pay a fine of $430, and the nolo plea will really not have any impact on this particular charge.
Okay, usted va a tener que pagar una multa de 430 y el declararse nulo no lo va a ayudar en nada porque no tiene efecto para este cargo, porque no es un cargo de una citación de circulación.
Ok, sí, está bien.
Entonces, ¿cómo se va a declarar?
Pues, culpable, entonces.
Then it's fine, then I will plead guilty.
Does he understand that by entering into the guilty plea, he's doing this without the assistance of a lawyer?
Y usted entiende que al declararse aquí culpable, usted está haciendo esto sin asesoramiento de un abogado, ¿entendió eso?
Sí.
Yes.
Does he also understand that by entering into the plea that he's waiving his right to a trial?
Y al declararse aquí culpable, usted también renuncia a su derecho a tener un juicio, ¿entendió eso?
Sí, sí, no entiendo.
Yes, I do.
Is he entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
¿Se está declarando de esta manera por su propia voluntad y libremente?
Sí.
Yes.
And does he believe it is in his best interest to enter into the guilty plea to the the nolo plea to the loitering charge?
Your Honor, was it nolo or guilty? I think you said.
If you change it to guilty, does he believe it's in his best interest to enter into the guilty plea to the loitering charge?
¿Usted considera que declararse culpable al cargo de merodear es lo que más le conviene en este caso?
Oh, bueno, yo no sabía que loitering significaba eso, pero no, yo no estaba merodeando.
I didn't know that loitering meant loitering. I was not hanging around there.
So what does he want his plea to be?
Entonces, ¿cuál quiere que sea su declaración?
No culpable.
Not guilty.
All right, ask him, does he want to have a trial in Forest Park, or does he want this case bound over to Clayton County?
¿Usted quiere tener un juicio en frente de un juez y que se quede aquí en el Tribunal Municipal de Forest Park o quiere que trasladen su caso al Tribunal Estatal de Clayton para tener un juicio conjurado? ¿Qué tipo de juicio quiere?
No, está bien así ahorita, porque yo estoy trabajando fuera, está bien como estamos ahorita.
No, that's fine the way it is because I'm working out of town and I just wanna keep it the way it is.
I don't understand what he's doing. Is he going to enter a guilty plea or is he entering a not guilty plea?
No entiendo qué es lo que quiere hacer. ¿Usted quiere declararse culpable o quiere declararse no culpable? ¿Qué es lo que quiere hacer?
Culpable, está bien.
I'm going to plead guilty, that's fine.
Let him know the fine amount is $430.
La multa son $430.
Ok, está bien. Tengo una duda, yo pagué 30 o 436 por salir, entonces esa es la multa,
Uh,
ya queda todo arreglado.
I have a question. I paid 430, 435 to get out. So is that the fine? Will that be all settled then?
I don't know if he has a cash bond or not. Does he have a cash bond?
Usted
One
pagó. Oh, okay. Están averiguando a ver qué tipo de fianza pagó usted, si pagó en efectivo o pagó por una compañía de fianza, está averiguando la
No, yo
secretaria.
pagué en efectivo.
I paid cash.
Well, we just got the folder from Clayton County, so we haven't put all those in the system, so he could possibly have a cash bond.
Okay, well, why don't we reset his court date for 2 weeks, which will give you all time. If he does have a cash bond, we can apply it.
You want me to tell him that, Your Honor?
Yes, let him know his court date will be reset for 2 weeks. If he has a cash bond, he will be notified. Let's verify that we have his email address and his phone number.
Ok, señor, como todavía no han podido verificar que haya pagado esa cantidad porque no le ha llegado la información a la secretaria, van a fijar su caso para de aquí a 2 semanas para poder averiguar si pagó ese dinero o no. Entonces le van a dejar saber si usted pagó una fianza y le van a dejar saber si la puede utilizar para eso o no. Entonces necesitamos tener su correo electrónico y su nombre completo. ¿Ya lo puso en el chat?
Sí, ya lo puse ahí, José González, y mi correo electrónico.
Yes, I did wrote my email address and my name, Jose Gonzalez, in the chat.
Did he upload his phone number?
¿Puso también su número de teléfono?
No,
Bueno, ponga ahora su número de teléfono, ponga José González y pone su número de teléfono para saber qué es el número de teléfono suyo.
Ms. Yates and Ms. Payton, can we confirm that we have his email address?
Yes, we have his email address.
All right, let's reset this for 2 weeks to give you all time to determine whether or not he has a cash bond. If he does, it will be applied.
Van a cambiar, van a poner una fecha dentro de 2 semanas para que les dé tiempo de averiguar a la secretaria si usted pagó esa fianza y si la pueden utilizar para pagar las multas. Would they let them know, Your Honor?
They will, that's why I want his telephone number.
Ok, entonces ponga su teléfono para que ellas lo llamen y le dejen saber si usted puede usar la fianza o no, o si tiene que volver de nuevo al tribunal.
ok,
En el chat pone su
Have him
nombre
to type
completo.
his phone number by his name and send it in the chat.
Ok, ponga su nombre completo y su teléfono y lo manda en el chat a FPMC. Por favor.
o sea, aquí el chat es ¿verdad? Porque no entiendo yo mucho de eso.
Ok, donde dice chat, dice CHAT, aprieta ahí.
Sí, ya estoy en eso.
Ajá. Y entonces ahí pone su nombre completo y pone su número de teléfono.
Ok, está bien. No traigo el recibo, si no hubiera podido demostrar que sí pagué.
We'll need to mute him while he's doing that.
Ponga su micrófono en silencio para no oírlo porque el juez va a seguir con la lista de casos y ponga la información que le pedimos en el chat, por favor, y ponga su micrófono en silencio.
Ok, está bien.
Okay.
Can he tell me his phone number and I can just
Okay.
type it in under his email address?
Ok, señor González, dígame su número de teléfono que la señorita lo va a escribir ella misma. Dígame su número de teléfono.
Ok, permítame tantito, estaba subiendo el volumen.
Ok.
Ok, mi número de teléfono es 470.
Ok.
374.
Ok.
43.
Ajá.
17.
17, repito, 470-374-4317.
Correcto.
Ok, Miss Jade, 470-374-4317.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you,
right,
gracias.
he can disengage.
Ya se puede retirar, señor González.
Entonces ya puedo retirar, ustedes me llaman.
Ellos lo van a llamar, yo no, pero las señoritas la van a llamar, las secretarias.
Ok, entonces ya la corte terminó, ¿verdad?
Ya terminó, ya se puede retirar.
Ok, muchas gracias.
Thank you.
Next is Gabrina Glass.
Gabriana Glass.
Ms. Glass, what is your plea to failure to maintain insurance on the vehicle? Is it not guilty, guilty, or no low contendere?
Nolo contendere, but what if I have valid insurance?
Did you have it at the time that the officer stopped you?
No, it didn't come out of my auto pay. It came out that same day, on the 6th.
Well, it is time-based, so did it exist at the stop or did it exist after the stop?
After the stop, Nolo contendere.
Okay, is she eligible for a nolo contendere plea?
For the insurance charge, yes.
Yes. All right, Ms. Glass, do you understand that by entering into the nolo plea, you're doing this without the assistance of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
And do you also understand that by entering into the plea that you are waiving your right to a trial?
Yes, sir.
Are you entering into the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And young lady, do you think it is in your best interest to enter into the nolo plea?
Yes, sir.
The court will accept your nolo plea. That will keep your license out of suspension. The fine amount is $695. Are you able to pay that in 2 weeks, or do you need a longer period of time?
I need a longer period of time.
Young lady, you will be placed on probation for 12 months. 2 months are mandatory. After 60 days, if the fine is paid, your probation can end. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Have you typed your name and email address in the chat?
Yes, sir.
Can you all confirm we have her information?
It's confirmed.
All right, Ms. Glass, we have your information. You will receive your plea form no later than close of business tomorrow. Please sign and send it back through DocuSign, and thereafter you will receive your probation information. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. Do I report in sometime this week, or I will receive that? Once I receive that information, I will know when to.
That is correct. Once you receive the information, you will reach out to probation and you all will schedule a time for you to report.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Thank you. You can disengage. Thank you.
Okay, have a great day.
All right. Yakarius McCray. I don't have a Yakarius McCray on my calendar, so I'll go to someone.
He's listed on page 2.
I'm here.
And his Decarius is listed as his last name on page 2.
Okay, thank you. What is your plea? What is your plea to the charge of a lane charge violation, young man? Is it not guilty, guilty, or nolo contendere?
Guilty.
Do you understand that by entering into the guilty plea that you're doing this without the assistance of a lawyer?
Yes.
And do you also understand that by entering into the plea that you are waiving your right to a trial?
Yes.
Are you entering into this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And do you believe it is in your best interest to enter into the plea?
Yes.
The court will accept your guilty plea. The fine amount is $175. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Are you able to satisfy that in 2 weeks, or do you need a longer period of time?
I get paid Friday. Is that okay? Well, next
That's
Friday.
fine. So
Next
we'll put
Friday,
it in
actually.
2 weeks. Have you typed your name and email address in the chat?
Yes, sir.
Do we have his information?
Yes, I have it.
All right, sir, you will receive through your email no later than close of business tomorrow, your plea form as well as your 2-week agreement. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Once you have signed your plea form and sent it back, you then will receive the 2-week agreement. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, do you have any questions?
No, really, I'm a CDL driver, and I just want to know, like, how much points would I get on my license? If you know
Because
that.
this is a guilty plea, you will receive 3 points.
Just 3? Okay, sir.
All right, you can disengage. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is Desiree Ribbons.
I'm here.
Ms. Ribbons, what is your plea to the charge, young lady?
Guilty.
You understand that by entering a guilty plea to the stop sign violation, you're doing this without the assistance of a lawyer?
Yes.
Do you also understand that by entering into the plea that you are waiving your right to a trial?
Yes.
Young lady, are you entering into the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And do you believe it is in your best interest to enter into the plea?
Yes.
The court will accept your plea. The fine amount is $200. Are you able to satisfy this in 2 weeks, or do you need a longer period of time?
I can do it in 2 weeks.
Have you typed your name and email address in the chat?
I have.
Can we confirm that we have her information?
Yes, I have it.
All right, Ms. Ribbons, you will receive through your email no later than close of business tomorrow your plea form. Please enter a guilty plea and send it back, and then you will receive your 2-week agreement to pay. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, thank you. You can disengage from the call.
Thank you.
The next 2 people, I don't know their names because it's not on your device. So I'm going to need you to identify yourself. I see an Alexis and a Samsung.
Samsung's audio is not connected.
All right, Alexis, unmute. What is your name?
Alexis Hawkins.
Alexis Hawkins, what is your plea to the charge?
Guilty.
You understand that by entering into the guilty plea that you're doing this without the assistance of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
And do you also understand that by entering into the plea that you are waiving your right to a trial?
Yes.
All right, I don't see Alexis Hawkins on the calendar for this afternoon.
I don't either.
All right,
I
Ms.
have to look
Hawkins.
her up.
Yeah, Ms. Hawkins, just stay on the line. They will figure out. Are you sure your ticket is in Forest Park?
Yes, sir.
Were you supposed to be on the call this morning at 8 o'clock?
And no,
Yes.
at 1.
No, at 8 a.m.
She was supposed to be on at 8 o'clock because I thought I
Yeah.
saw that this morning.
My paper has said 1.
Do you have your paper with you?
No, sir.
You have an FTA issue right now, which is failure to appear. What is your plea to the charge, young lady?
Guilty.
We will deal with you momentarily. Let me have them to pull your paperwork, so I'm gonna need for you to hold on. The
Okay.
gentleman who has Samsung, what is your name, sir?
His audio is still not connected.
Okay. Do we have anyone else in the queue session besides these 2?
No, sir.
And Ms. Green, do we have anyone else in the courtroom?
We do not. We don't, Judge Freeman.
All right, well, if you all want to get Ms. Hawkins' paperwork, I can adjudicate that case, and this other gentleman will just need to let him know through the chair that he'll need to come in person. Ms. Ida, I think that takes care of everyone.
Oh, I have 2 that they never were mentioned, Your Honor. 2 people.
Well,
that
I only called the people that I could see on the calendar.
Okay.
So everyone else is FTA. So who do you have?
I have Huasca Ocampo. He's on page 4.
What page is that?
Page 4.
All right. Page 4.
At the bottom.
Yes, Del Ocampo, Huasca.
Huasca de Ocampo. Yeah.
That is FTA.
Okay, and then on page 7, Ramirez Tomás Sánchez.
All right. Tomas Ramirez Sanchez, that is FTA.
Okay, so who is the person in the Samsung? Do we know?
I do not, but his video is not connected.
Oh, his audio. Yeah,
Audio is not connected.
audio. Okay, okay. Well then, may I be excused, Your Honor, or do you want me to?
Certainly can.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good week.
So I'm gonna go down the calendar to formally do the FTAs.
Okay.
Darby Brayboy, FTA. Roderick Brooks, FTA. Clinton Brown, that's FTA. Ashley Daniels, that's FTA. Jordan Dawkins, that's FTA. Shannon Flynn, that's FTA. Jarrell Goff, that's FTA. Corey Green, that's FTA. Edwin Hardy, it's FTA. Aliyah Joyner, it's FTA. Steve Nelson, it's FTA. Min Go, that's FTA. Adam Pate, that's FTA. Douglas Posley, FTA. Jonathan Pritchard, that's FTA. Cameron Smith, it's FTA. Than Tran, FTA. Co Van, that's FTA. That concludes the calendar. We're waiting on Alexis Hawkins. This other gentleman, we can't hear him on audio, so we will need to have him to come in person. We can chat with him if we have his information.
I have messaged him multiple times and he hasn't said anything back.
Okay, well, do we have Ms. Hawkins' information?
I have it.
Okay, Ms. Hawkins, what is your plea to the charge, young lady? Ms. Hawkins, will you please unmute? Ms. Hawkins?
Yes, sir.
You're charged with a failure to maintain insurance and a failure to signal. You have 2 charges. What is your plea to the 2 charges?
Guilty.
Do we know if she's eligible for a no-low plea?
Yes, she is.
All right, young lady, a guilty plea will suspend your license. Would you like to plead no-low instead?
Yes.
Do you understand that by entering into the no-low plea that you're doing this without the assistance of a lawyer?
Yes.
Do you also understand that by entering into the plea that you are waiving your right to a trial?
Yes.
Are you entering into the plea, young lady, freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
The total fine for both violations is $8.95. Your no-low plea has been accepted. Do you understand that?
It's $8.95 for both of them, or?
That is correct.
Okay.
Are you able to satisfy that in 2 weeks, or do you need a longer period of time?
2 weeks.
Young lady, you will receive, have you typed your name and email address in the chat?
Yes, sir.
Do we have her information?
Yes, I have it.
All right, Ms. Hawkins, you will receive your plea form first, enter a no-low plea and send it back to the DocuSign, and then you will receive your 2-week agreement to pay the sum of $895. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, you can disengage and thank you.
Thank you.
All right. And looks like that takes care of everybody.
Yes, I'm going to stop recording.